Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. If you want to know how to get back your ex-girlfriend and boyfriend, click the link below.
Am I, 30F, being foolish by staying with my BF, 32 meters, after him crossing multiple limits, existing, and psychologically dishonesty? TLDR. My partner was terrible and also emotionally ripped off on me in the very first 7 months of our relationship, yet transformed 10 months earlier as well as has actually been the very best partner I can ask for given that. I do not recognize if I'm being silly by staying with him and also must break up with him, or if I need to trust him as well as go on. Do you really like your point of views on my partnership and whether we ought to have a future? Me, 30F, as well as my boyfriend, 32 meters, have been together for 1.5 years. He did multiple points in the first 7 months of our partnership that crossed my limits, including one point that I consider emotional cheating, as well as lied a lot to me. Our connection was truly rocky that entire time, and also I broke up with him several times, however we constantly integrated. Ultimately, I obtained fed up as well as informed him if he did another even small thing, that I was done for good. He listened and also he has actually not done one point that crossed my borders considering that, and also has actually absolutely been the very best partner I could ask for. Nevertheless, I still have a great deal of anxiety and also don't trust him because he existed to me a lot, and also I think about breaking up with him a lot as a result of it. I cannot inform if right stuff he did was really that bad, unforgivable, or if I'm panicking as well as should carry on as well as forgive him. I might really make use of an objective viewpoint on what I need to do. So initially, let me lay out exactly what he did. This is the bad one. The first 4 months of our connection, he was texting with a woman called Sarah weekly that was very teasing with him, continuously talking about wanting to wed him and their future with each other, calling him eye-catching, and so on. He didn't outright flirt with her most of the moment, but he still involved her and also replied to her flirtations, and also was totally leading her on. Among the teasing texts he did send out was specifically upsetting. We had actually been preparing to relocate to an additional nation together, and he informed her that he desired her to move with him, which she ought to begin making an application for her visa now. He had not been severe, but it still really stings. The various other flirty messages he sent were informing her she looked good in an image and also making a joke concerning exactly how their wedding celebration would certainly be and exactly how poor her food preparation would certainly be as his partner. What makes it worse is he lied to me about her for 2 months after I initially saw them texting and questioned him concerning it. He admitted she really did not recognize he had a GF, but stated it was due to the fact that he didn't share much with her, as she was just a friend he fulfilled on vacation and also she stayed in an additional nation. We most likely had 10 discussions concerning her where he vouched they were platonic as well as he even showed me one screenshot of their texts where there was no teasing. He got upset as well as made me feel like a poor GF for being questionable and not trusting him. I eventually gave in and checked out their messages myself and discovered the truth. I left and also mosted likely to my residence country for 6 weeks to obtain space, and while I was there I broke up with him, however we ended up returning together. He informed Sarah he has had a girlfriend for the past 4 months and also removed get in touch with. 7 months into our connection, I found out that he still had not completely naked, but still really hot photos of his ex still on his phone, as well as pictures of them in bed with each other. He consented to erase them, and then validated to me that he did. A month later on, I was going to delete a poor picture he took of me on his phone, as well as saw he had actually rather moved them all to a hidden folder on his phone. I confronted him and also he lied regarding it till I showed him proof, and then stated he really did not suggest to conceal them. There's been other instances of him existing concerning throwing out points from his ex-spouse too, even when he's the one to bring it up and also provides to do it. Before we were officially BF, GF, he informed me he enjoyed me as well as implied he had not been copulating any person else. He removed the dating apps from my phone with my authorization, and also as soon as, when I told him I was obtaining dinner with a male platonic good friend alone, he stated, "Okay, I trust you," just even more indicating to me we were special. When we made it official, he admitted to me that he was really sleeping with one more lady during that entire time. He was extremely regretful and cut off contact with her. In the beginning of our relationship, he made too much remarks concerning other women he's hooked up with in the past as well as ripped off on me with them in a joking, playful means to tease me and also make me envious. I informed him to stop after a couple of weeks of this and he did. He liked lots of suggestive, half-nude images of women he used to talk to as well as exes on Facebook, after I told him I was awkward with from the start of our connection. At any time an ex or woman he utilized to hook up with would reach out to catch up, He would certainly never ever state he had a GF, and would head out of his method to exclude me from any kind of tales he was telling them, i.e. he would state he went on a trip only with his best friend when I was on that journey also. There are some factors that might be part of the reason why he acted just how he performed in the start of our partnership. He originates from a country where men can wed up to 3 females, his papa has 2 wives, and it's totally regular there for guys to tease and involve with women outside of their connections. He's claimed he truly really did not believe his actions were truly that negative since it's so normalized to him. In addition, his last ex-lover cheated on him with a bunch of guys in a very terrible and also unpleasant way. They reconciled, and then were in a very toxic on and off open relationship for 1.5 years. They regularly bragged to every various other concerning the other people they were dating, making extremely disrespectful remarks contrasting them in bed, and simply tried to make the other envious and insecure. I think he felt rather unconfident about connections when we first got together due to his last connection as well as continued a few of the poisonous behaviors in the direction of me. Since informing him I'd be done for great if he didn't change, it's been 10 months, he has actually refrained one thing that is also close to crossing my limits, as well as has actually been the most remarkable, fully committed partner. I feel like for the very first time in my life I have a true partner. He's my outright best friend also, we have a lot enjoyable together and also get on great. He's additionally extremely open with his phone currently, and sees to it to inform me whenever a girl he made use of to date, hook up with texts him and shows me the messages so I really feel comfy. His social networks feeds don't have any symptomatic females on them as well as he's incredibly respectful regarding not taking a look at or liking ladies' photos or any kind of suggestive content. He's likewise gotten rid of every one of his ex's stuff from our apartment or condo and also from his phone. Sadly, I'm still hanging on to resentment and also question from the earlier part of our partnership. I constantly assured myself I would certainly never end up in a partnership with somebody that disrespected me, existed to me, and also cheated on me like my mum did, and also I feel like I'm breaking that guarantee and allowing myself down by sticking with him. I feel weak and also pitiful for not leaving him right when it occurred. And also I seem like I would be foolish to trust him once again after so many lies, which he's most likely to do it once more but simply get better at concealing it. However, another part of me believes I'm being also harsh, that what he did wasn't really that poor, that there were various other circumstances that added to his behavior, and that he's made my forgiveness and count on. I don't recognize what part of me I must believe. I would certainly value any understanding of guidance. Below are the very best comments, advices that I gathered for this remarkable story. What you are seeing is called warnings as well as he has a lots of them. If you stay with him you will certainly get harmed. He has had no issues lying to you in the past. What make you believe he has altered? Is it since he told you he changed? Well, he is a liar as well as liars tell lies. Why would certainly you want a future with a person who has shown several times that they have no problems with tricking you? Think his activities over his words. Activities do not lie. The actual factor he has changed is because he hasn't, he is getting better at hiding what he is doing. It would be one point if when you captured him he would certainly come clean, however he does not do that, does he? He continues his deception until you corner him and afterwards just informs you what you already recognize. Trust me, there are things you do not know. Please deal with yourself as well as put this person in your back view mirror. You are most definitely not a psycho. Opt for your gut, your pals don't need to cope with your decisions, you do. How much do they in fact find out about what occurred? It's extremely feasible that his act has them misled. They do not know him like you do, they have not been existed to by him. If your inner guide is informing you that it's not helping you, then listen to it since it's noticing something. People like him do not just flip a button and change. They get better at just revealing people what they desire individuals to see. You need to leave. He will not transform, so what is most likely to happen is that he will certainly break you down to the type of person that anticipates that sort of therapy and also approves it. You're not insane, you are entitled to far better. Quit giving him repeated chances to damage your heart. Now he's kinda currently revealed you that he is, so why are you still there? It truly feels like a gamble on if he's transformed or not. I do think individuals can alter for the better, however I'd be unconvinced if his whole life he's been doing these points and also has never had a good model of a dedicated, virginal partnership. As well as it's only been in the last 10 months he's shaped up. That's not such a very long time out of his 32 years. Nevertheless, I don't think he is your issue right here. You should focus only on yourself and just how you feel in this relationship. If you really feel hazardous, troubled, distressed, etc., that is bad. And you don't have to bear with that. You do not owe this guy anything, despite the fact that you might seem like you do, as you most likely still like him. It's your decision to make, yet it's very challenging to live a life where you are continuously examining your relationship. I have actually been there too, and it robs you of your happiness, which is not fair and not what you should have. All the best, as well as make sure. Thanks for seeing. Let me know what you assume in the comments listed below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.